Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Suite. My name is Tanya, and this is Sweet Tea. And today I want to have a different kind of conversation, not one about celebrity gossip or Real Housewives drama or any kind of messy tea like that. Okay. Today I want to talk directly to my fellow hairstylists, barbers, locticians, beauty professionals, your makeup artists, your salon owners, your suite owners and every beauty professional in between who has ever wondered, does my voice really matter in the community? We're going to get into that and just how powerful your voice really is right after my intro plays. Give me 51 seconds for it to play, and I'll be right back. Grab your drink, grab your wine. In fact, grab your notepads because we're about to go to school. 51 seconds, and I'll be right back. Since the beginning of times, beauty salons and barbershops have had a special place in the hearts of the industry professionals and the patrons alike. We can all remember trips to the shop, special moments made, conversations had, and lessons learned. From politics to pop culture, the latest gossip, love and relationships, and social movements. It's all talked about. Lifelong friendships are created, networks are built, ideas are shared, and politicians are made or broken. Our power is great, our reach is wide. This is the place where we all shine, from the beginning to the end of times. Let's keep the conversation alive. Join me in my suite from your suite, and let's talk about the tea. My name is Tanya and I'm your host. This is Sweet Tea. Welcome to the Suite, you guys. If it's your first time here, please put a 1 in the chat. And if you are returning to the Suite, please put a 2 in the chat so that I can welcome you guys back and give you my thanks and gratitude, all that good stuff. You guys, today, this is a video that I have waited a while to put out because it's a video that is a serious topic. While many hair salons and barbershops that we see and that make social media in the news today, it's all about drama. We got people cutting people's braids out, skipping out on their appointments, stylists canceling and being unprofessional and all of that. And I think that it is time that we have a little history lesson, okay? Because we need to understand the power that we hold behind this chair, in this suite, in our clients' heads, okay? So not only, if you're asking yourself, does your voice really matter in the community? Not only is the answer yes, but historically, salons and barbershops have been one of the most powerful institutions in the Black communities in America. Long before there was social media, long before there were podcasts, long before there were influencers, barbershops were the original community forums. Yes. These spaces shaped movements, protected organizers, raised money, registered voters, shared information, organized rides, and in many ways, helped to change America as we knew it then and helped to shape what it is today. The barbershop and the hair salon were safe spaces before safe spaces had a name. During segregation and Jim Crow, Black Americans were often locked out of public spaces. Many restaurants, hotels, meeting halls, and businesses either excluded Black people completely or made them unsafe for Black people. But the Black-owned barbershop and salon, Black-owned barbershops and salons belonged to the community. People could gather there freely, speak freely, honestly, exchange information, warn each other about changes that were coming, discuss politics, organize protest. These shops became trusted hubs of communication. And that mattered because during the civil rights movement, information could literally save your life, you guys. It could save your life. Y'all know how it is. Even today, people still gather in barbershops and salons and they share information, right? Lots of information, lots of our lifelong lessons. Some of the most important lessons we've learned in life have come from things we've heard or seen or have been talked about in hair salons and barbershops, okay? Madam C.J. Walker was one of the most powerful, is one of the most powerful names in the beauty industry as a whole. She, in building political power through beauty, Madam C.J. Walker did that. So let's go all the way back to the early 1900s, because when you know your history is a powerful thing. So what I want this video to do is to inspire hairdressers and barbers to remember where they came from. Okay, that passion that's inside of you, that passion and that desire to help people and to comfort people and to make people feel better, that is something that is born within you. That is something that no beauty school can really teach. Okay, so let's go all the way back to the 1900s. Madam C.J. Walker wasn't just a hair care millionaire. She built one of the first large scale networks of Black women entrepreneurs in America. Okay, in America. The whole Mary Kay platform, that whole pyramid platform, you know, the whole multi-level marketing, Madam C.J. Walker did that in the 1900s. By 1910, Walker had trained thousands of Black women as beauty stylists and sell agents. They were selling her products, and that's where the multi-level marketing came in. Thousands of Black women she trained in 10 years. Think about that. With no social media, with no telephones, with no way to spread the word other than word of mouth, she was able to reach the masses and train over 1,000 Black women. And this was at a time when Black women had very few economic opportunities. Salons became pathways to financial independence and leadership. Walker encouraged her agents to donate to Black causes, support education, engage politically, and uplift their communities. In 1917, at her national convention in Philadelphia, Walker publicly encouraged her agents to become leaders in the civil rights and social activism. The Salon Network became an early blueprint for community organizing. Barbershops were political headquarters, and Black barbershops became some of the most important gathering places for Black men throughout the 20th century. People discussed elections, police brutality, housing discrimination. They networked with jobs. They educated each other. And civil rights strategists gathered at these places and came up with strategies. And many activists intentionally used barbershops to spread information because people trusted their barber. And that remains today. That remains today. People trust their barbers. And honestly, that has not changed. It has not changed at all. Even today, people will tell their barbers and their hairstylists things that they won't tell their own family. Okay? Voting registration efforts took place in salons and barbershops. And one of the biggest roles of salons and barbershops was voter registration. During the 1950s and 1960s, many Black Americans faced intimidation when trying to register to vote. Some people could literally lose their jobs for trying to register to vote. They were threatened. They feared violence. So organizers relied and trusted community spaces. What was that community space? Barbershops and hair salons and the Black church, okay? Beauty salons quietly became organizing centers where people could fill out forms, learn voter requirements, discuss candidates, and coordinate transportation to and from polling places. Yeah. In 1962, Fannie Lou Heimer attempted to register to vote in Mississippi. She was fired from her job and brutally attacked for her activism. But organizers like Heimer understood something important. Real change happens through community relationships. I'm going to repeat that. Real change happens through community relationships. The same relationship building and culture existed in salons and barbershops. People trusted these spaces enough to ask questions they were afraid to ask publicly. The Montgomery boycott and Martin Luther King. The Montgomery boycott was supported and organized in barbershops and hair salons, supported financially. The rides were organized, and the barbershops and hair salons often became pickup and drop off places for people who were boycotting the bus rides. They raised money to support people who lost their jobs and who were attending the civil rights marches and protests. After Rosa Parks was arrested in 1955, Black communities in Montgomery organized the Montgomery boycott. For over a year, people refused to ride segregated buses. But here's what people don't always talk about. The boycott required massive community coordination. Massive community coordination, you guys. Okay. People needed rides to work, they needed rides to school, to church. And informal transportation systems were organized through churches, neighborhoods, businesses, and yes, salons and barbershops. Salons and barbershops. People shared ride schedules, volunteer drivers, gas money, pickup locations, and safety information. Beauty shops became community centers. The community literally kept itself moving through the organization that happened in these salons, barbershops, and churches, okay? At a time when another thing that often gets overlooked is fundraising. Civil rights organizations needed money for legal defense, for bail, for transportation, for printing flyers, for organizing events, and supporting activists who lost jobs. Salon owners and barbers quietly raised money through their businesses. Some donated directly, some held collections, some allowed organizers to meet after hours. And remember, these were not wealthy corporations. These were your everyday working people, your everyday working hairstylist and barber that were funding freedom work from behind the chair. Now, how powerful is that? And yet today, the only thing that we get recognized for on social media is fighting with our clients, giving poor customer service, not being professionals, and scamming people. Now we have some that get good reviews and good publicity. But what I'm telling you guys is that this industry has so much more power than what we are using it for. And if we do not know our history, we will not know the power and the work that can be done from behind the chair. The beauty salon industry has created economic independence. And that's one reason why they mattered so much, because beauty professionals often had independence and more independence than other workers. If someone worked for a segregated employer, Speaking out could literally cause them to be fired immediately. But many hairstylists and barbers then and now own their own businesses and work independently. That gives them a certain level of freedom to speak publicly, to support organizers, to distribute information, and to help community without relying on approval from white owned institutions or corporations or the powers that be. That independence made salons powerful. Black beauty schools also became places of leadership, and they became so important. Schools founded by Black entrepreneurs train women not only in cosmetology, but often in professionalism, in leadership, in business ownership, in community service. Women who may have otherwise been economically trapped because became business owners, and those business owners created influence. Salon and shops still shape culture today. We still shape culture. And if we fast forward to today and think about how many conversations happen daily in your own salon, in your own barbershop, and how much education occurs, how much conversation about education, about crime, about politics, about mental health, about parenting, about housing, healthcare, and elections. We are still a community hub. We still hold the same power that we had back then. People come to us consistently, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Some clients have even sat in our chairs longer than some politicians have held office. Now you think about that. And you think about the influence that that means that you could have on those people. Not to tell people what to think, but to encourage people to think, to participate, and to stay informed. And that is important. And that is what matters right now, today in 2026, when Black people's right to vote and Black people's votes are being diluted as we speak. Our communities are facing major issues with our school systems, with healthcare access, with insurance problems, housing costs, criminal justice concerns, political division, and economic struggles, most importantly. And many people feel ignored. But where do they feel heard? Historically and today, they feel heard in their salons and barbershops. And when people have felt unheard, and when people have been treated unjustly, historically, salons and barbershop have stepped up to fight the battles and to provide those community hubs, not because they had millions of dollars and not because they had fancy titles, but because they had trust. And trust is a powerful thing. Trust is a powerful thing, and it's something that we must not abuse, but it's something that we must capitalize on, especially today in 2026. So while our voting rights are being diluted, while our votes are being diluted by redistricting in southern states, because the Supreme Court has ruled that these protected Black congressional caucuses are unconstitutional. So many southern states are now redistricting and rewriting their maps to dilute the number of potential Black congressmen to represent Black people in Washington, D.C. So the less people we have that represent our voices, the less votes we will have in our best interest. Okay. So this is my challenge right now to beauty professionals, especially those here in the South, and especially those right here in Louisiana, where we have a recall petition going for our governor and our governor of Louisiana, Governor Jeff Landry, and Attorney General Liz Murrill. My challenge to you, my challenge to beauty professionals is to get involved. You don't have to run for office. You don't have to argue online all day or any of the day. Who has time for that? And you don't have to become a political expert. But what you can do is encourage voter participation with your clients. You can host community conversations in your suite, and we can do this online. Because the thing about it, and we can share resources, you guys, and we can help people to stay informed and support local initiatives. We can organize transportation. We can mentor young people that are coming behind us. And most importantly, we can use our business as a force for positive change. We can use our chairs for change, because historically, that is exactly what our industry has done. When the rubber hits the road and we need someone to step up, it is us. We have the power to influence future elections, just how we have influenced past elections and movements. Okay. So now more than ever, we are needed to step up. The salon chair has never just been about hair, and the barbershop has never just been about cuts. These spaces have always been about community. And maybe it's time we fully step back into that role again. What I need you guys to do is to share this video. If you're not a hairstylist or a beauty professional, a barber, a loctician, a nail tech, or whatever, share this video. Tell them to subscribe to this channel so that we can get together and we can build our network of hairdressers and barbers and beauty professionals who are willing to step up and make a difference in 2026 and beyond, just how we have done historically. We owe it to the Madam C.J. Walkers of the world. We owe it to the Martin Luther Kings of the world. We owe it to not let the power that is in our hands slip between our fingers, because the reality of it is today in 2026, most of us work in salon suites. Hence the name of this channel, Sweet Tea. The whole purpose of this channel initially when I started it was for this very moment right here. When I need to call, when there needs to be a call to action for hairstylists and barbers to spread the words in our community about things that affect us. So there are a lot of things happening right now that are affecting us and will affect our children and grandchildren from generations to come. Now is the time to step up. Now is the time to get involved. So what I'm asking you to do is to subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments if you are a professional hairstylist, barber, loctician, nail tech, makeup artist, whatever. You got your own suite, your own salon. Let me know in the comments, okay? And I'm going to reach out to you guys and send you guys some further information. If you guys are a hairstylist or a barber or a suite owner or a salon owner or a barbershop owner or a makeup artist or a nail tech in the state of Louisiana, I need you guys right now to be willing to step up and get on the cause and allow your space to become a community hub for people to be able to come in and get educated on the petitions that we have right now to recall our governor of the state, Governor Jeff Landry, and Attorney General Liz Murrow. We need hairdressers, barbers, salon owners, suite owners, nail techs, makeup artists, massage therapists to step up right now. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. We are all of our freedom is in jeopardy. If we let the powers at be get away with diluting the black voice today, it will be the woman's voice tomorrow. It will be the Hispanic voice the next day. It will be the Asian voice the next day. It will be the gay voice the next day, the bisexual, the trans, and all of that. Okay? So now is the time for us to come together as professionals and as people who have genuinely caring hearts and want to send people out into the world happier than they were when they came into our space. It's time for us to take back our power and to start respecting ourselves, our profession, our clients, and our voice and our power. And that is what I'm asking of us. Subscribe to the channel. You guys, I'm going to do more videos like this. We're going to talk about more civil and social issues because it's time for us to get to work. It's time to get to work because not only does Louisiana deserve better, but the United States deserves better. And I'll be damned if our people don't deserve better. And guess what? We can do it. We have the power to make things better for ourselves and for the world and for the United States as a whole. We have the power, just like we did back then. And again, knowing your history is a strong and powerful thing. So I hope that this video has served as a history lesson to you and an inspiration to get involved in your community. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video because it puts it in the algorithm, share it with other professionals, you guys. And let's get together. Let's have some serious conversation and let's make some shit happen, okay? Because we deserve better. Thank you so much for sipping with me this evening. And I hope you guys enjoyed it and will join me again soon. From my suite to your screen, to your screens. Peace out, beautiful people. Until next time. Bye.